This video today is brought to you by Quid, the app that allows you to collect and trade stickers, cards, and figures on your phone for free. Quid has thousands of free stickers, and you can't find these anywhere else. From shows like the just-released season of Game of Thrones, Rick and Morty, Steven Universe, Bob's Burgers, Powerpuff Girls, and Family Guy. For more information, stay tuned for the end of the video. Over the years, we've seen the rise and fall of many big YouTubers, some more gracefully than others. But honestly, I don't think anybody does a good enough job documenting these people's places in internet history. While everybody likes making a video about Jake Paul because they believe it will get him some more views, I think it's also interesting to talk about the Paul brothers of yesteryear, and ask the simple question, what happened to them? The one I want to focus on today, though, is Epic Mealtime, run by Harley Morenstein, a show that in its heyday pulled in over 5 million views an episode, but now it only gets maybe 150,000? Before we discuss the downfall though, let's go over the channel's start. Back in 2010, the show was created with the sole intent of making some of the most outrageous culinary creations of all time. It wasn't that the food was gross per se, but rather that it was huge. Harley and his friends would take popular foods and combine them, or make them massive. Epic Mealtime, I think, is a great example of what makes the internet great. These guys had a unique sense of humor and a very interesting idea, so they went out and made a show which gained traction, for no other reason besides it being good and people wanting to watch it. I remember back in the 10th grade, whenever there was a new episode of Epic Mealtime, all the kids would come to school the next day and discuss the creation they had made. I don't recall that happening with any other show on the internet, which says a lot. And I think my anecdotal story right there explains how popular this show was. With the popularity the show received, you started to see the star of it, Harley, a lot more. As time went on, he created other shows for his channel, had cameos in movies, and of course we can't forget his very own show, Epic Meal Empire, which ran for 2 seasons. As mentioned though, this fame did not last forever, with his channel now pulling in numbers similar to mine, which is really crazy to think about. A channel with 7 million subscribers gets as many views as me. This all leads to the very important question, what went wrong? Well, when writing the script for this video, I tried to remember exactly when I personally decided to unsubscribe from the channel, but I couldn't. This is strange because that seems like something I would remember, and makes me believe that they didn't do anything that angered me enough to click the button to unfollow, but rather I, along with millions of others, just became bored with their content. I know everybody loves to give the examples of shows that went downhill in quality, leading everybody to unsubscribe for them, but that did not happen here. Rather, it's because they made the same exact content for over half a decade and people got bored. Rather than getting worse, it's been the same. If you look at an episode of Epic Mealtime from 7 years ago and one from today, you're watching a very similar product. They have the over-the-top epic music playing in the background. They're making an exaggerated version of a popular food or meal, and adding in some bacon and Jack Daniels. Back in 2011, this was great, and I enjoyed the concept for the first few years. But the entire premise of Epic Mealtime, through no fault of Harley, has become repetitive. But when you're only known for being that guy, it's probably hard to stop doing it. On the 5-year anniversary of the show back in 2015, they actually posted a video called The Last Episode of Epic Mealtime, which received 5 million views from what I assume were clicks from old subscribers that stopped watching but wanted to see the last episode. But it turns out the title was just clickbait and they would continue on. I really do feel that ending the show right there probably would have been a good move for Harley. By that point, the numbers were dipping quite a bit already, and if they stopped there, they would have left on a high note as one of the biggest series on all of YouTube. But they kept on going on, and the numbers kept on dropping, and dropping, and dropping, until we're at where we are now. This food show that used to get millions of views for each episode now cracks a little over 100,000 apiece. Even with a more recent episode starring Logan Paul, the biggest person on the entire internet with millions of active fans, didn't even crack 200,000. And I haven't even mentioned the other non-Epic Mealtime shows on the channel, which don't even crack 100,000 views. It's all ridiculous considering this channel has 7 million subscribers. It's at a point now where a channel that once received 30 million in a month can no longer receive even a tenth of that. Sure, 2.5 million is still enough to make a living off of, but considering the channel employs people to make content rather than being a one-man show, I can't imagine it even being profitable for much longer. As for Harley's personal channel, even though he's only getting a couple thousand views a video, he seems to still have a lot of contacts in Hollywood. In a recent vlog, he had a sponsored message by Fox where he was able to interview Seth MacFarlane, and he seems to be friends with Kevin Smith, who puts him in all his movies. In conclusion, I think it's fair to say that Epic Mealtime holds a very important place in YouTube history, as one of the first big food channels to make it. But as the years went on, less and less people watched the show, and we're at a point now where I question if it's even profitable. So that's what happened. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching, and to end this video today, I'd like to give a big thank you to my sponsor Quid, a fun app where you're able to trade and collect stickers, cards, and figures for free on your phone. Playing around with this app for the past week or so has given me nostalgia for back when I was a little kid opening up packs of Pokemon cards and trading them with my friends. Quid has thousands of free stickers, and you can't find these anywhere else. From shows like the just released season of Game of Thrones, Rick and Morty, Steven Universe, Bob's Burgers, Powerpuff Girls, and Family Guy, along with classics such as Breaking Bad and Star Trek. And for all you game theory fans out there are stickers for video games like Five Nights at Freddy's and Fallout. When you get a pack of stickers, they're not just fun to collect, but you can also drag and drop them into iMessage, as well as showcase your collection by adding stickers to images you already have on your camera roll. Some of the stickers, cards, and toys are super rare and hard to get, and if you get sucked into the app, you'll really want to get these since you can meet others on Quid and look at their collections as well as trade with them, just as easily and as quickly as chatting with others. New stickers, cards, and figures that you can collect for free are released every day, including a surprise big new show coming soon. So if you'd like to try out Quid for yourself, the link is in the description below. I really do feel the app is fun, and if you download it just to try it out, this really helps my channel a lot. So until next time, thanks for watching.